Okay, hello guys. Welcome to this. We're gonna do some Windows Patriot tutorials, and I'll be teaching you how to do some simple local policy local password policies for Windows 10. This is Windows 7, yes, but the same rule applies to all of them. Windows 10 or Windows Server or whatever. Yeah, I'm recording. Okay, it's working very well. Okay, so here I have an image. I'll put in the link in the description if you want to try it out. However, I had to advise that this is an advanced image, so I wouldn't recommend if you're a beginner. And alright, so we're in the image. So first thing we do is check the README. This is about, if you haven't told, this is like made by some other person from other school, so just pick. That's why it looks a bit weird. But anyways, okay. So instructions: IT staff, prepare, which is us. Please prepare this computer for corporate use. Remove any non-related software and data. Have all new users change the password when they log in for the first time. Prevent the guests from logging in. Okay. All users will use the password Patriot, and password should be changed at first login. Administrator set password to not expire, but have the account active for elevation. GA says users to create users. Samsung programmers will have more rights than that. Oh, no, these are groups, I'm guessing. They'll be working on network configuration for the system. Another group going to be bachelorettes, making changes to the computer that GFA and GA can do in order to keep the computer secure from recent attacks and ensure food security. Close any unnecessary ports, stop unneeded services, make sure the system's up to date. The root out any suspicious software on the system, rename the administrator as admin, and rename the guest's account to the most privileged user on the system. Okay. Require users to press Control to login. You don't play the last of your login. The computer was accidentally turned on. The user must log in and turn it off. Only allow the users who you currently have to log on locally. To note, nothing remote. Only administrators should be able to do things such as change the time. Which is interesting because maybe this might be inside Patriots. I've never seen this, but probably they do. And they say not to mess with it because sometimes some applications break just because you have the wrong time zones. I've experienced that as well, firsthand. Okay, guests should be blocked from logging in, so we are disabling it. We want the computer to keep track of who's logged in when they try to get administrative logs. Okay, so we have quite a bit of tasks here. So obviously, it's gonna be a long way. And if you can see, we have about 66 vulnerabilities on this machine. So again, it's advanced, so of course it's gonna have a lot. So first things first, local policies. Very simple stuff. So I'm gonna go here, and I could go configure them in various ways. If I'm right, I could just look in here, local security policy, and that's how I get it. Or maybe sometimes it won't pop up as lucky as it did just now. So what you can also do is go here and look up admin and administrative or so, and then find something called administrative tools. And this one brings up a bunch of programs that revolve around configuring the system, which are very helpful. And then it says helpful because they use all these systems you're going to be using your entire Patriot to secure it, and you have them all in one place. So you go through here, and you just see local security policy. You just double click, and there it is. So same thing. Or if you want, there's also a shortcut. If I'm not wrong, so in order to do shortcuts, so kind of like a shortcut is on your keyboard. You do Windows. You know the key on your keyboard that has like the Windows logo, plus R. So both at the same time, and then you're gonna type in the following to go into local policies. Okay, you're gonna put type in here obviously sec pol dot mcs. So I guess you could tell it's shortened to like security policies. So enter, okay, or enter, and then the same thing should pop up. So 3 ways to go into local security policies. Okay, so let's configure them. So let's do account policies. So just double click on this, and then we have two things. So password policy and password lockout policy. So let's first do this one. So as you can see, the security settings are not enforced on the machine. So let's enforce them right now. So enforce password history. For enforced password history, we're going to want to set that to 5 passwords. And this obviously does is save the last 5 passwords used for the machine to prevent anyone reusing passwords. Okay, so for the following last things, I'm actually going to go double check them through the Cyber Patriot training modules that they provide to people competing. So I'll put this also in the link description. So right over here, and then go to here. There we go. All right, here we go. Just to see if it satisfies for Cyber Patriot. So okay, so maximum password range 90 for users, 30 for admins if possible. Minimum password should be around 10 to 30 days. I'm gonna put 10, and then minimum password length should be about 8 characters. And then enable complexity, and then reverse encryption disabled. Okay, it's cool. So now that we know for sure what we're gonna put, so maximum password age 90. Oops, just like the wrong one. So 90, like that. Okay. This one 10. And this one 8. 8. Obviously meaning. Or if you're confused, obviously, which you can always look here, or I'll tell you, of course. So this one just tells. Let's see. Terminus previously said. So obviously, the maximum days a password remains on the system before it needs to change, and then minimum is so how many days the password must be used. To minimum how long a password must be used, and maximum how much a long password may be used. Okay, and then obviously this one just shows the length of every user's password. Alright, for the next ones, it's pretty easy. So password must meet complexity requirements. So obviously means, probably have like a number, a symbol, and lowercase, uppercase, stuff like that. So we definitely want to put this. So enable. Store password using reversible encryption. Have this disabled. It's not enabled, which is good. And this is bad because this basically means that if anyone had access to our password file, they could just decrypt it and then get passwords, which is very bad. Okay, and and then we're gonna go back and then do the next thing, which is account lockout policy. Okay, so this is very easy. So we're going to go back to our reference over here. So lockup policies. So Cyber Patriot, they want a lockup policy duration of 30 minutes. And then lockout threshold of 550. I'm going to put 5. And then same thing for 30 for reset account lockout counter after. Okay, so let's do that right now. So this is not applicable, so I'm guessing we have to change this in order to mess with the other ones. So 5. And oh, look at that, it automatically changes the other ones to what we want. Okay, and then that's it. Now we have securely configured password policies for Windows. Windows 7, 10, and above, obviously, this should work. And account lockout policies. Alright, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Oh, and of course, before we go, we want to see our scoring report, so we got any points. And it looks like it refreshed already. So okay, we got about 3% out of all vulnerabilities repaired, which were enforced password policies for this. And oh, okay, it keeps going. Cool. So every 30 seconds, it's just gonna reboot to scan the whole machine. So, okay, so we got, in fact, 4.55, which is 3 out of 66 vulnerabilities. Alright, see you in the next video where we cover more local security policies.